Many believe world number one Novak Djokovic is getting even better. The past year has seen the Serb excel, with one man an integral part of his team. Step forward, coach Boris Becker.
The biggest enjoyment is that, talking to somebody that's going into tournament with one aim and one aim only, that's winning him. He's not happy in the quarters, and the same is on the final. And that's a little bit like how I like to think I approached, the tournaments, and Grand Slam in particular.
In one of the sport's most competitive eras, any extra edge can make the difference. So if Novak's form is improving, how much is that down to Becker making his presence count?
He understands the challenges I have to face in the big moments against the big guys on such big tournaments.
When you're tough on the court, when you see Boris in your corner, it gives you a little more energy, because when you play with these guys, 1-2 points decide mentally things. So, and just one look can help you in these tough moments.
When you get to these top players, it's not about telling them how to hit a forehand or hit a backhand or hit a serve. They know how to do all that. It's about getting them relaxed and getting them ready for those big matches.
Becker isn't the only legend in the coaching circle these days. Stefan Edberg, Goran Ivanisevic and Michael Chang have teamed up with top stars.
I think it's just a smart next step, some of the top players. We played Grand Slam finals, we know what they're going through. We were once 25, 27, we know the ups and the downs and the emotional turmoil their players are going through, yet on the other hand, we did play pretty good tennis as well. So I think that combination was the reason why some of these guys ask us to coach them.
These are guys that have been there in huge situations, been there, done that. They know how it feels, and when you sit down and talk to your player, you can understand them. You're coming from a point of understanding that they're nervous right now, or maybe you just say one thing and it could still be the right thing.
I think Boris has really helped that mindset. He was someone that always spoke about being a little bit in a tunnel, and I think he's gotten Novak to that point. Physically, I think Novak was already, pretty solid with how he prepared that way. But mentally, I think Boris has helped him.
Djokovic has won 2 Grand Slam titles since teaming up with Becker. But for Boris, having experienced so much success as a player, how does the feeling of winning as a coach compare?
It's a total different ballgame. When you're up and coming and you want to play the game, it's all about you. You want to win tournaments, you want to be the best you can. But when you're coaching, 20 years later, you have the same determination, the same character, the same goals.
At his peak, Becker was a formidable world number one. The German was coached by legends of the game and has a deep reserve of experience to draw upon.
I've worked with some of the great coaches in the world, Jan Tiriac, Nick Bollettieri, Bob Brett, Mike De Palma the last couple of years. And I think all of them were right at a certain point in my life. And I'd like to draw from the best experiences I had and the best advice that I've gotten. And just work out what's best that works for Novak.
Becker has grown into his role as coach to the world number one. It appears the new Team Djokovic has a very bright future.
It's not about you, it's about the player. I think that's the biggest difference. When you have played well and you've won tournaments, you want to emphasize on your own life a little bit. It's about the players, it's not so much about your own aim.
Next week on ATP World Tour Uncovered, it all kicks off in California, and we go behind the scenes in Indian Wells. After a blistering start to the season, we catch up with Czech star Tomáš Berdych. And don't forget to log on to atpworldtour.com for your 24/7 breaking news, and talk with us on Facebook and Twitter, in English and Spanish. See you next week.